Okay, so you're saying...
In wholesale real estate, one of the scariest moments for most wholesalers is when a wholesaler makes his or her offer and then there is awkward silence when the seller doesn't respond right away. Now, most wholesalers are unwilling to sit in the awkward silence and they start talking and they start repitching features and benefits, which prevents the seller from absorbing and processing your offer. Not sitting in awkward silence is detrimental to the sale process for several reasons, which I'll outline in this video. Now be sure to watch the entire video because I'm going to show you real calls with awkward silence so that you can see this in action. All of that and more coming up.
For a limited time, you can get a free copy of Jerry Norton's Motivated Seller Scripts so you can talk to, email, and text sellers with confidence. Download it now at freesellerscripts.com.
Awkward silence can be a valuable tool in sales. Now, after presenting a point or an argument, and especially after presenting your cash offer, instead of rushing to fill the silence, shut up and stop talking. Allow the awkward silence to linger. God gave you one mouth and two ears for a reason. Silence can allow the prospect time to absorb and process the information. It can create an opportunity for the seller to think, reflect, and potentially provide valuable insights. This can lead to a deeper understanding of their needs and ultimately a more successful close. A good closer's willingness to embrace silence conveys confidence. Recently, I was doing live seller calls with the king closer, RJ Bates, and I saw this happen in person. Watch this clip where RJ makes an offer and then confidently sits in the awkward silence. He even pokes fun at the silence to lighten the tension with the seller. Take a listen.
I mean, there's two different ways that I could do it. I mean, realistically, I'm probably going to need to be in the 70s for sure. I don't know if we're having the most dramatic silence or you didn't hear me.
Yeah, I heard you say somewhere in the 70s.
Oh, okay. I thought there for a second we were just having the most awkward stare down of all time. No, I mean that I would need to be somewhere in the 70s.
Now, many of you listening probably felt anxiety for RJ during that awkward silence, but did you notice how RJ just patiently waited, conveying extreme confidence? One of my favorite things about RJ is there's no pretense, he's real and authentic. Now, after the seller said she heard his offer in the low 70s, he said it again. Yeah, I need to be in the 70s. Then he was quiet again. RJ's confidence put him in a position of authority, and the most important attribute you can convey to a seller is trust that you can perform. Next, we're going to cut to another call. Now, this is perhaps the longest awkward silence I've experienced ever personally. It was actually even longer than the clip. I shortened it some in the interest of time, but I kept it long enough for you to see the lesson I'm trying to teach. And although you're going to sit in awkward silence watching me sit in awkward silence, don't miss the point. You can feel the seller's consternation over my offer, working it out in his mind, and I just let it play out for as long as it took. Take a listen. Because you're looking at, what would that be, roughly 75 in proceeds.
And would that be all cash then?
Yeah, that would be cash. Yeah. Yep. So at closing, you would be walking out with a net 75 after they pay off that 250 loan.
Okay, so you're saying you were saying 325, is that what you said?
325, yeah.
Okay, well, what do I have to do now, Jerry?
Well, I put together an agreement that I email you. The silence actually interrupted the natural pattern of the sale process, lowering his guard, making him more receptive. The discomfort of silence actually created a deeper emotional connection between us, and ultimately, finally, at the end of the awkward silence, the seller said yes to my price. Now, like anything, sales is something that you get better at as you practice. You put the reps in, and the more reps you put in, the more confident you get, the more comfortable you get, and you're able to sit in awkward silence, and you're able to really be present in that conversation, and you're able to convey that confidence and convey that trust to sellers, which is going to allow you to get more deals. Now, one way to get started is to have some really good seller scripts. And I'll give you my seller scripts for free. Now, what I recommend is you use them as a guide. Try not to read them verbatim and sound like a robot. Use them as a reference. Find your own voice and get comfortable. And again, the only way to get really good at this is to just practice, put in the reps until it becomes second nature for you. Now, another way to get good at talking to sellers and closing deals is to watch a pro in action. It really gives you an insight into what it looks like, helps you come up with different ideas, and you can kind of see tonality, you can kind of see mannerisms, you can see that confidence conveyed. So next, what I want you to do is watch a video of me doing a live seller call. Watch that video now, and I'll see you on the next video.